Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be bringing you something a little bit different. This is a Deadlock replay commentary. It's not something I usually do, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. But right now, I just want to talk about the gameplay that you're seeing in front of you. The first thing I want to point out is look at how big Bebop is. He is at least 14, 15k above every other person on the team. Our laning phase went absolutely horribly. Bebop was in my lane, and we just got shit on. Like, it was so awful, and he is fed so high. So a lot of people, like, when you get into a situation like this and you find yourself in this kind of soul disparity, a lot of people will just give up. There's really not a lot that people think that they can do in this situation. Oh, watch this sick getaway, by the way. Watch. Oh, wall jump. Ooh. Got away from her. But, yeah, I mean, look at him. He's 31k right now. That is insane. The next highest person on his team, Infernus, 18k. Highest person on our team, Calico, 17. This is just brutal. He can do whatever he wants to. And a lot of people, again, will kind of give up in this situation or just have no clue how to handle it. And I want to show you, we don't end up winning this game, but we put up a damn good fight. And I think it's important to highlight that you can win games like this. You can absolutely come back from like a disparaging soul count, and you can come back from, a really bad laning phase where you lost your lane like pretty horribly. It just takes communicating with your team, and you're going to have to do a lot of defensive play, like careful management of towers and walkers, and you're going to need to communicate. You're going to need to talk with your teammates about what's going on, because you can't hear the comms right now, but we are constantly shouting out where Bebop is at all times. And this is one of the first times we actually end up killing Bebop. And that's huge, absolutely huge for our team, because we were just talking on comms before this happened about, like, okay, someone was being chased, and we wanted to go back to our base towers and fight him there. And so we end up getting a kill on him. This is the next sort of big thing that happens. We start to solo out people that we think we can absolutely kill. So there's Warden. Warden and Wraith over here. We've got like a 3 versus 2 situation. They're not really that much bigger than us in terms of souls, so we can probably take a 3v2 fight, and we end up taking them. And then we go, hell yeah, now that we've created this open space and we're working together well and we're sort of killing people, we can take this tower. And just looking for situations like that you can capitalize on with your team and communicating where you think people are at all times. Again, you can come back from this situation. So again, now take a look at the soul count. Like, it's been, we haven't been talking that long, but in game, it's probably been about 6, 7, 8 minutes or something. Bebop has only gotten about 3k souls up in that time, and we have caught up to him quite a bit. He's only probably about 10k now above our highest earner, where previously he was about 15k. So if the situation keeps going like this and we keep playing smart, we will catch up to him very fast. Here I bank this urn, and I end up dying because of it, but I actually think it was probably worth it, because we got a big soul boost out of doing that. I'd have to look at the math and see how much it's worth, like if a person banks the urn versus if they get all the souls after. And you're going to see another situation right here where we take this fight sitting at our base, right? And holding this position, like right outside of your base towers, is incredibly good. It's such a good situation for your team, because you have to think about the fact that the enemy team is so far away from their base. They are so far out of whack. And at any time, we can just go back to the base and heal up, and it's so easy for us to just retreat, take space behind our towers, and you know, come out on top in this situation. So don't be afraid to take fights in smart ways, especially if you are, you know, at your base, surrounded by towers. You've got some extra protection. The closer that you are to your base, the easier it is for you to just be like, well, I'm a little low health. I can just pop back into the base and heal up and maybe buy a couple items if I've earned enough souls, and then get right back out there. While the enemy team, they have to make a full rotation all the way back to their base to sort of come out on top. And that's really hard for them. If they're not like way higher level than you and they don't have good coordination, they're not taking that situation. There's no way. And so what we're doing right now is we're just communicating. We're constantly talking over comms like, hey, I see where Wraith is out of position. Let's go get her. If we see Bebop on the map at all, we call it out and avoid him completely. He still will occasionally end up catching some people out of position, because that's just how it is sometimes when you don't have full view of the entire map. But yeah, just like we play the rest of this match really, really defensively, and we really try to be careful about what we're doing. Of course, like I said, we don't end up winning this match, and I think it's because we get a little too aggressive. Like, I think we've been getting a bunch of kills, you know, at this part of the game. We sort of think like, oh, we can do this. We can take them on. And it's still important to point out, even though that's true, like, we can potentially kill some people. That doesn't mean we're going to all the time. And if we get a little too aggressive, we can just end up really having a bad situation. But here we are, like I mentioned earlier, we're fighting around our base, and I realize, oh, I might not survive this situation. I'm just gonna go heal up. Just gonna go heal up, maybe buy a couple items, and then get back in the fight. And as long as we just keep doing that, you know, it's really hard for them to deal with. So guys, I want to talk a little bit about why this video is, why it even exists. And it's because if you've been watching this channel for the past little while, you'll know that you know, normally I make these like heavily scripted and heavily edited videos about fighting games. And something I've realized over time is that those videos are just really hard on me to make. And you know, I get so distracted in my day-to-day life. There's so many other things I want to do. Fighting games aren't the only, you know, competitive genre that I'm interested in. I've been really enjoying, like, Deadlock lately, for example, right? And I know that if I don't make content about, like, whatever I'm currently super, super interested in, it's just going to be a slog. And it'll especially be a slog if I'm making, like, a heavily scripted, heavily edited video that, like, I have to go through 3 or 4 revisions on and like, really feel like I drill down into, like, important points. So I thought, you know, this sort of video might be interesting to some people, and it might be a little bit easier for me to make as well. And I can still do the thing that I really enjoy doing, which is providing insightful commentary on parts of these competitive games that people, you know, might not immediately understand and might need some help on. I'm not amazing at Deadlock, but I do think I've internalized some MOBA truths and some things about how to play the game that I think would be valuable for people to hear. So yeah, I'm probably gonna make videos like this for the next little while. We'll see how it goes. Here I'm trying to take this walker. My enemy team, or my teammates, kind of created a split push scenario. I think this ended up not being a great idea because I just get swarmed, if you'll see, by Bebop and a few other people. And guys, this is sort of the beginning of the end. It really starts going poorly from here on out. So I take that death. They don't end up. They sort of kill, I think, a couple people, and it creates a situation where they can get the mid boss. And if I would have just stayed alive, if I would have just stayed alive and really tried to, you know, played more defensively, I think this probably wouldn't have happened. And Infernus gets me here. I thought I was totally safe. You know, I really didn't think he was going to be able to get me. But again, that's just more time for them to do whatever they want. And look at the top of the screen. Now they have the mid-boss buff. And that's really rough. I take this situation because I thought I had like 2 or 3 teammates that were going to press with me, and they just didn't. And that was my fault. Again, I probably should have been a little bit safer. Look at this. This is absolutely what you don't want to see. That's 4 people on the team dead now. Almost impossible to come back from this situation. They have mid-boss buff. Crazy, crazy good. 4 people down, and see McGinnis is losing health right now, so it's probably going to be 5 in just a minute. Pushing into the base. Look at our shrines and guardians start to go down. Really, really bad. Yeah, there goes Viscous. And I think there goes McGinnis in just... Yep, there goes McGinnis. So this is really, really bad for us. They're, again, almost impossible to come back from this situation. We're going to try. You should always try to, you know, do what you can. And you'll see me in just a second. Look how fast they're draining the patron. Get the respawn, and you know, I'm like, maybe I'll get something done here, you know, and I've got my stun. I'm ready to tackle somebody, and look how fast they just destroy me. Like, this is awful. Oh god, I try so hard to get back in the base, and it's just over. Thanks guys for watching this video. I hope you appreciate it. Hope you're interested in seeing more content like this in the near future. And again, I hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody. See you later.